You're listening to the Mobcast Network.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life, a look at news, reviews, and other happenings from a galaxy far, far away. Here are your hosts, Scotty and JD.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life. This is a Star Wars podcast.
Usually.
60%
of it.
I think today we'll do a good 60. I can't promise all of it.
Oh, bet.
There is that.
Challenge accepted.
I am your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty, and I'm joined by, as always, our Jedi Master.
JD, hello.
And the man who puts men into Mendos, and also the dent on Boba Fett's crotch, isn't here.
He is currently trying to fix the dent
on Boba Fett's crotch, I
with
guess.
a plunger.
So,
that's weird.
Ow.
He had a plan. We'll see if it works.
We'll see if it works. He's not available. However, we do have our Padawan Gelman.
General Kenobi. I'm changing it up.
What?
I changed it up. I went with General Kenobi instead of hello there.
Oh, I got you. It's hello there.
I thought
Gelman.
I thought he was trying to change his own nickname.
All right,
no,
no,
sir.
It's stuck.
No, sir.
Doesn't work that way.
No, sir.
Doesn't go.
That's not how any of this works.
No, it's stuck. I was changing up my intro.
Oh, okay.
I got you. Let's just start with this one.
Yeah.
I guess the biggest news this week is Hayden Christensen's back into Star Wars in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Thanks to a leak from Rosario Dawson herself.
Right? Which is the cutest
Right.
leak. It's like the cutest leak since that movie I can't talk about.
Why can't you talk about?
Because we're PG-13-ish.
Oh.
It's the cutest leak since Trump's pre-president days. Wait, no. I'm trying to get golden showers into the show is all I'm trying to do.
Hey, what you do, you, boo. You do you. I don't judge. Whatever your kink is. Whatever. Hey, whatever.
Oh, real quick before. What up, Joe?
What's up, Joe?
So I went to see the movie today and went with some friends of mine. And when we got done, he was like, "By the way, you know you're one YouTube viewer every week. That's me."
Hey, Joe.
So we're gonna say hey to Joe.
Joe, you're the man.
I've known Joe for a while. Joe's great people, and he enjoys listening to us.
Good.
So,
I'm glad you're glad
watching us now.
I'm glad. So we try to do good. Well, at least we're entertaining Joe.
Yes,
Thank you, Joe.
Joe is entertained.
Also, my friend Kisa watched, so we at least have two.
Okay. Excellent.
So
sweet. But anyway,
and then I watch it because I have to because I edit it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think ours counts for views because it's not on YouTube. It's on Premiere.
Correct.
So Hayden's back in Star Wars. So
how?
As what?
Right.
So
Yeah, that's
Force Ghost?
that's the first thing I've heard. Caleb, what do you think?
maybe flashbacks. That would be my thought. Because he could still fit for the role. Like, he's still young enough looking.
Right. I mean, yeah, he could.
Well, yeah, and it's 20 years later anyway. So
it gives him the chance to be the Anakin of the Clone Wars that he did not get to be, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Especially since Matt Lanter already made his appearance in the Mandalorian verse.
But, like, I understand that Hayden is Anakin. But Matt Lanter is like my Anakin.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Because he's not as whiny. But
he's still just as angry.
However, what's great about this is Filoni's project. This is Filoni's baby.
Yeah.
Filoni's not George, and Filoni will direct it. George was just kind of on set for the other ones, and so.
Well, also Filoni will actually communicate with the actors. That was kind of George's issue.
Right.
He wouldn't give notes
because George doesn't know how to deal with people.
Yeah.
You all right there?
Yeah. Just realized I didn't have yellow this time, and it's weirding me out.
Oh, gotcha. Yellow what? I switched them all out because they've been on there for a minute.
Rona.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. I'm trying to do right by my talent.
But it took a minute for my colorblind to kick in. I was like, wait a minute, that's not bright enough.
We did it last week, actually.
Well, we weren't.
You weren't here last night, but we continued the podcast.
Well,
We didn't do Star Wars, though.
Yeah, we didn't.
Star Wars.
Yeah, we didn't do Star Wars.
Right,
but there's
right.
other podcasts on this network.
I'm aware.
You just watched one. We just
I
did
did.
the Cult Movie Cantina.
And Justina was killing me.
Yeah. Justina's great.
I was over there signing her the answers.
She guess she doesn't know sign.
She's like, I missed the first 3 letters, so I didn't get it. So she knows what I was trying to. She picked up a little bit of what I threw down.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll get the suit. That's what I wonder. Because Hayden
he
was in
wants it. You know he wants it.
Yeah, I want it too.
Well, he's gonna get that in Obi-Wan.
See, here's the thing.
But is he?
Is he in Obi-Wan?
I thought he was.
That was
confirmed
never
in-
confirmed.
No, it was never. So it was rumored heavily enough, but it was never like officially confirmed the way this one is.
So
like,
my-
nobody officially on the team said anything.
All right, and the only person officially on the team to say that was Rosario, which was just clear because Disney's not made a statement, of course,
No.
and there won't. Lucasfilm
there won't be. There won't be.
Lucasfilm won't either, and so, but like Hollywood Reporters said it, and so that that's basically law,
Yeah.
and so
Well, it's better than CBR.
that's true. Or we got this covered.
Yeah. Anything from "We got this covered," is.
It's usually the opposite of what
Yeah.
that headline is.
According to Inverse.com, last year Disney revealed that Star Wars prequels Hayden Christensen would
Okay.
return in the upcoming Kenobi series.
Inverse is generally not the worst at.
It's not the word.
But it said that Disney revealed it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm just-
maybe. I don't
can't
remember.
remember.
I remember thinking,
It's
sweet, it's happening.
Yeah. It was a blur.
So then, if that's the case, then it's an easy jump for Hayden to do
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah. I mean, it makes the most sense actually because Obi-Wan I think is filming now.
No, Obi-Wan's
Or
done.
Done.
Yeah,
Okay,
Obi-Wan's done. The Mandalorian's
Mandalorian's filming
And then
now.
2 days
That's right.
ago, Cinema Blend's talking about returning for another one.
All right, so
Yeah.
okay, so I stand corrected.
Okay.
Well, we'll stand like we still don't have 100% confirmation.
No, but
No.
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
more
thought it was
comfortable.
a done deal.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think it was
like
done deal.
Disney. Nobody from Disney was like, "Yep, this is happening." It's more of like reports saying Disney said.
But yeah, so Obi-Wan's
Well,
finished.
Caleb said
Yeah.
that it's happening, so that makes it law.
Caleb's got some good sources. So I want him in the
Look at
suit.
that. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to do product placement.
Sunkissed Speech.
Yeah.
Sponsor
For us.
Joe will drink it, I promise. Joe will buy like 2 cases.
Yeah, and Kisa.
Kisa.
I was almost there.
I think Kisa likes Sunkissed. So
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
I don't like peach Sunkissed. I
But
like
orange.
I do like orange and I like the blue one.
Yeah.
Okay,
The,
yeah.
the blue. It's a fruit.
Yeah. Like, this is sweet and blue. All
Yeah,
right, I'll
sweet
drink it.
Blue. I prefer sweet and grape, or sweet and purple.
Right,
But
so yeah, I want him in the suit. I want Vader. I want Vader.
yeah.
I mean, Hayden wants it because the last time he did it was for Revenge of the Sith, and that was the only time he's worn it.
yeah, and he didn't even get. Well, I mean, would he? Is James doing the voice?
See, that's the question. James is like 94.
He can
Right.
still do it because he's done it recently.
When's the last time he did it? Like Rebels?
I think so. Yeah,
And so that was not as recent as you remember.
that's fair. we've had a whole nother animated show since then.
Right. 2, actually, counting the Bad Batch.
Oh yeah, Bad Batch. Yeah,
Yeah, so you had Resistance and Bad Batch. And so,
we've had
So
a whole
one. There's
Filoni
been one.
animated show. How about that?
no, there's fans of Resistance. I'm not going to dog them. They're,
It's-
they're children.
Was
Yeah.
it Joe? Joe, was
Joe.
that you?
I know
Like
Kisa wasn't because I don't think Kisa's seen it. So.
Yeah.
I had to text her, but like, we talked to you about you a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, by the way, heads up.
That's how this works.
Yeah.
We find out you watch the show, you probably end up in it. This is
Especially if you're friends with us.
yeah, it's for your friends.
Wes,
Does
Bubba.
Bubba.
That's it. We're good.
Yeah, I want this. I want the suit. I want Anakin Ahsoka 2, Electric Boogaloo,
Yeah.
which I don't think we'll get. And I'll tell you why we won't get it. It's got to be flashbacks. It can't be anything else. I'll tell you why. I'm waiting for Caleb to look up.
So I'm listening.
All right, so she is still stuck on Malachor at the end of Rebels. Not
So at the end of Rebels or at the end of Rebels?
no, not at the Coda. At the end of Rebels.
Okay. As far as we know.
Right.
As far as we know, because
Right,
we
so-
don't know how or when she got off.
Right. And so I don't think I'm convinced that the Mandalorian, the Jedi episode, happens before the coda. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of people are assuming. I think somebody high up said something similar. I think Filoni said something similar.
I doubt Dave. That doesn't sound like something Dave would say. Dave would be like,
I heard
maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I think he left it vague.
He's like, wolves are cool. Hockey's great.
But I think somebody,
Plo Koon!
Yeah, I think somebody within the circle said something along that effect, and that's what's caused everybody to think that that's the official statement.
Right, but I think it happens before the coda. Because it makes sense for her to find the info about Thrawn.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense to a degree,
right? Because
to be the other way around,
right? So it's 5 years after the destruction of the Death Star.
Because I would
that gives context for the coda.
Because I would have assumed if the coda happened first, she would like within the 5 years would have already been like figuring out where Ezra was by that point.
So this is what I want the show to start with. I want the show to start with the ship landing on Lothal. Ahsoka Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka the White, and then we get a Sabine, and then they just go looking for Ezra. That's all I want the show to be, and if it's not, I'm going to be sad.
Right. However, why can't he still be Force Ghost Anakin?
He could, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, because you were like,
I think
he's got to be flashbacks.
I think so. My problem with Ghost Force Anakin now would be that it wouldn't really work. Like, I feel like if there's going to be Ghost Force Anakin, I would like to see Luke and Leia, Force Ghost Anakin, and Ahsoka in the same room.
Why?
Because I think that dynamic would be interesting versus just Force Ghost Anakin and Ahsoka.
Canonically, like Force Ghost Anakin hasn't spoke to Luke, right?
He just nodded to him.
Well, he showed up at Endor, but he's not showed up since Endor, right? So
right, and then they switched it like 3 times until it was Hayden.
Yeah.
Which it should be Hayden.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
yes, and I get it. I get it.
Well, why shouldn't it be Hayden? Why should it be Sebastian Shaw?
Because Sebastian Shaw.
Sean.
Well,
sorry, Sean. Because I'm like, why is he the next one?
Because Sebastian Shaw was...
Shaw. Right, Sean? Or is it Sean?
You throwing me off now.
I can't remember.
I'm just going to say Sebastian.
Yes, one of them is an X-Men villain.
Shaw,
the other one is Anakin Skywalker.
Shaw is an X-Men villain.
Yeah, Shaw's the X-Men
That's Kevin Bacon.
All right. Yeah, that's right, Kevin Bacon.
We 6 degrees and we didn't even mean to.
You know what? I'm still within the 60% of Star Wars content so far, so I'm good. I'm doing good.
But here, they didn't switch Alec Guinness to Ewan McGregor.
No, because Alec Guinness died as Alec Guinness.
But Darth Vader died as
Sebastian. Yeah.
As Sebastian after turning back.
Darth Vader died then. Anakin Skywalker dies in Revenge of the Sith. Anakin Skywalker dies when he takes the knee.
But could you argue that Anakin was reborn again when he threw Palpatine down?
There's no rebirth in Star Wars.
Is there?
No, there's not. Show me rebirth. I'll shut up if there's rebirth.
Well, I don't think a technical rebirth.
No, but even a
religious,
rebirth.
like a religious
or
rebirth.
A spiritual rebirth. There's not like
Kylo.
No, that's a redemption. That's different. He doesn't.
What was Anakin?
Yeah, but Kylo didn't show.
It's like the same thing.
I would argue Kylo did more, but
Kylo doesn't know the technique.
Yeah,
because there's a technique to it.
How does Anakin know it?
For what?
To turn into Force Ghost.
Maybe Obi-Wan, the last few hours of the Death Star, was like, "Hey, I got something to teach you. You can throw the Emperor out down a pit."
Well, okay. Well, I think also another thing is we know that you can learn it after death because Qui-Gon learned it after death.
And he's in that lineage. Anakin's in that lineage. Kylo's not necessarily.
Yeah.
Because Qui-Gon was Obi-Wan's master.
Well,
Obi-Wan was...
I also think Kylo didn't get a Force Ghost because... This is me now theorizing. I think his spirit is in Rey from the Force healing.
Heyo.
You know it is, baby.
Also, he was never a Jedi.
Or a Sith,
or
even.
a Sith, for that matter. He was just a Knight of Ren.
Well, he was a Jedi in terms of training. Like, he was a Padawan, but he never...
Wait. But does that even matter?
No, it doesn't.
I've never seen anything else be a Force Ghost.
That we know.
And according to George,
I can't use legends anymore.
And according to George, Sith cannot be Force Ghosts.
But that's not true because that's in canon. We saw Bane, right?
That was actually to explain the Bane situation. Is that's not a Force ghost in Clone Wars.
whatever.
Because there's holocrons and whatever.
Whatever.
On Tatooine, on
But
Yavin was.
although in canon,
That's
a
it.
lot,
I quit. We're going to do a Star Trek podcast now.
So-
this is
so-
so confusing.
So I've been reading the new Sith book that's come out,
Oh, look. At least we have one buddy in the show who
Yeah, for
reads.
real.
and so
I have no time to read.
So there's a lot of stuff in there. So I think, and also in the comics, there's evidence that Sith spirits can exist still, but they can't like free roam the way a Force
Like
ghost can.
Voldemort. They have Horcruxes.
Yeah,
And
they
they're
they
possessing
generally have to
people.
stick to something, kind of like a Horcrux, or a location.
Or
So-
like that's
so
what
like
makes the holocron so cool.
So like Momin from the Vader comics.
In Empire in Dagobah, the spot that's the dark side of the Force, is that the dark side of the Force or
That's a Nexus.
it's a Force spirit?
That's a dark side Nexus
Yeah,
area.
it's a bad spot.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to
Rumor has
figure
it
out.
now it was Legends, but at one point that's where a Darksider died.
Right.
In the Legends, which is not worth
Similar
it.
to Yavin, where
Right.
It's still
Exar
worth it.
Kun.
It's just the legend of whatever.
Right. It's the
Yeah,
Legend of.
it's the Legend of. So
It was Legend of Darth
for all
Bob.
for all you know, this could still exist, but
Right.
It was Darth Jillian. I don't know.
yeah,
Darth Steve.
Steve.
Eddie. It was that damn goat.
Oh yeah, it was Eddie.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess so. So you can learn it after you're dead?
Yeah, because Qui-Gon learns it after death. Like he doesn't study it before he died.
No, there. All right, I can't. Is it? Does the book say that? Does a book say that? Because the movie doesn't say that.
No. I'd have to double check.
Because Qui-Gon teaches Yoda it,
Correct. Well,
and so he can teach it
Yeah.
while he's dead.
yeah.
But so did he learn it beforehand?
Which
Because Yoda teaches Obi-Wan, Yoda teaches.
Because Obi-Wan doesn't, as far as we know, Obi-Wan doesn't know before he dies because
Well, no.
'Cause
No, I'm sorry. I think Yoda teaches Obi-Wan to talk to Qui-Gon. I guess Qui-Gon
yes.
teaches him how to do that.
And there is canon material because it's in that
Yeah.
the 40 anniversary Star
Right.
Wars book, Qui-Gon
Right.
teaching Obi-Wan.
Yeah, so because Yoda teaches Obi-Wan to speak with the dead, Obi-Wan speaks with the dead,
And we don't really know
title.
where Qui-Gon learned
and
it.
shit. I hope we get it in the show. I hope I'd love to get
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson back,
Yeah.
yeah.
even
And
as
he-
problematic as he is lately.
No.
Yeah, he's
I-
been taken. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he would be happy to come back though too.
I think so too. I mean, he's done. He came back to do the voice in Clone Wars.
Yep.
Yeah, and the end of Force.
I know it. Rise
Last
of
Rise
Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
Did he record new stuff for that, or did they just?
Right.
I'd have to double check. I know Hayden was new stuff.
Yeah, and hey, it was Ashley was new stuff. The Ayla Sakura is new stuff,
Yeah.
Mm.
and
was Sam Jackson new stuff?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Alec Guinness's was not, by the way.
Right.
No, yeah. That was for The Force Awakens. Though a lot of Alec Guinness
Ray.
stuff. Ray.
Because they made the word Ray out of him. He said something about it being afraid.
Yeah.
And he made
Afraid.
it afraid.
And they
so
took out the
they made it Ray.
and
Right, instead of turning it Ray. I remember that.
Yep. Which that was cool.
I can't remember. Is Kanan in that?
Yep.
Yes.
Freddie Prinze Jr. Yeah.
Yep. Which I think was new stuff too.
But Ezra wasn't, which
I think Ezra's still alive.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Yeah,
I think, and honestly, I think even though Ashley was in there, I think Ahsoka's still alive. I don't
okay,
think
if
you have
Filoni
to
has
be
anything to say about Ahsoka's still alive. Like Ahsoka's never going to die.
Because I don't think you have to be dead to have been one of those voices.
Well, we don't know the consequences,
No.
and the majority of them are dead.
Yeah.
because I feel like that was almost like a reverse of what happened to Grogu on that planet when he sits on the tablet to
Yeah.
call the Jedi. Like, I feel like her releasing or getting all
Right.
the stuff was almost like a reverse. Like, all the Jedi then do that beam of light. So whether they're ghosts, spirits,
Right,
or
or-
alive,
right.
they're like, somebody needs our help. Let's give them a line of encouragement because we're 13th in the queue.
It'd be suck if you're standing in line of space Starbucks and like, crap, I gotta go help a Jedi. Hold on, you can do it.
And then like 15 minutes later, it's like, I've got a vente for believe in yourself, Ray.
Yeah.
What? All right.
I swear to God, the next time I go to Starbucks, that's what my name's gonna be. Believe in yourself, right?
So Liam Neeson did do a new voice for that.
Cool. Look at that.
Cool.
That's why we have a producer. He looks up stuff.
Gelman.
I'm excited for Hayden. I will take any more Hayden I can get. While I'm not a fan of his Star Wars work,
He's not bad.
No.
he's not, and I blame his Star Wars work mainly on George's.
Like 20 years after the fact, you got to go. That was direction.
And George's script, and so. But he was good for what he was doing. But I like him as others. Like Push is good, Jumper.
I like Jumper. It's not a great movie, but it's a fun movie.
Jumper's.
What was the one where he was like a suicidal teen or something, living in a house?
Yeah,
I don't remember. It wasn't bad.
Some of this house or
Yeah.
That's good.
We also can't forget that Hayden was like the next big thing before he did Star Wars.
Right.
Like, everybody, he was like up for, like people were talking about nominating him for stuff before Star Wars. And then Star Wars happens and all that's gone.
Right. But it didn't hurt what's her face's career.
Natalie.
Natalie did all right.
But man, that script made her look bad.
No,
She's good.
Not as bad as the one like have you seen Amistad?
Parts of it.
Yeah, I was watching Amistad. It was on one of the cable networks. And so I ended up watching it. I'd never seen it, and she's in it. Not great.
Not great.
Not great. She's also very young, so it's like.
But she was fine in the Professional.
Right, I think it's right before episode 1 or right after.
But she's like she's really young when episode 1 was made.
Yeah, she's in her teens.
Yeah, because I love the stories of her and Keira Knightley getting confused.
Yeah.
by their moms.
Yeah, by their own mothers because they look so much alike. So I am excited. I wish Hayden all the best. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yay.
Because Rosario. Because Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Not just Rosario. No, it's just Rosario.
It's just Rosario.
Yeah. Rosario.
I wonder if we'll get. I wonder if there are more stories to tell with Ahsoka animated. So I wonder if actually we'll get a chance to do another series. I don't know. I'm curious. I don't know. It's a lot of focus on Rosario. There's they're doing Bad Batch. Of course, knowing Filoni, Ahsoka will show up in Bad Batch. And so,
Bad Batch is the cameo show.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Rebels was too in the first season.
Bad Batch is heavier. I'd argue.
Let's see. Who's Rex?
Cad,
Fennec.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say Ming, but nah.
Almost every other episode felt like a cameo
That
episode.
crazy one in prison. The crazy clone.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do, but I don't have a name, so.
CC 44321.
Yeah.
I don't know.
4, 3, 2, 1.
6
1 2 3 4
4 9 2
CT 1 CT 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12.
Oh yeah, you had
Call him Kermit.
Yeah, Gregor was in an episode also from Clone Wars.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that.
Yeah, because they deal with the commandos.
So first season of Rebels, we got 3PO and R2 second episode. We have a Tarkin.
Lando.
We have Lando. We have Vader at the very, very end. Hondo.
Yeah.
Is that a cameo?
Was he in season 1?
Or is this 2? Does he show up in 2?
I think it was season 2.
Was he in Clone Wars first?
Yes.
Yeah, he was in Clone Wars first.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where we meet him. That's where our Hondo's from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hondo and Naka.
Yep.
I like Hondo.
So how about I want to. We got Hayden back. We got him for 2 series.
Sure.
Can I have 15 years of him doing not 15 years, but can I get a show of him just going out hunting, murdering Jedi?
That's the comics. I mean,
so almost like the Purge, like the Legends Purge comics.
Like I want remember what was her name? The Dark Lady.
Oh yeah,
The one that had the white hair, and she was a light side user.
Yeah,
but like
the
somehow survives.
one who trained Shard Het and a Shard.
Shard. Yeah.
So like, just I want.
She also trained Kyadamundi, right? She's Kyadamundi's
She was
master.
also Aura Singh's master, but they got rid of Aura Singh being a Force user in Clone Wars.
I
Right, just a
remember
hunter.
Ursa.
I never heard of her as a Force user.
In those
Hunter.
comics, she was a Force
Was she?
user.
Was she
yeah,
like a Jedi for a minute and was like, screw this?
yeah, she was the Dark Woman's apprentice.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I think that would it would be a dark series, like, dude, rated R, and just
I don't know if Disney's ready for
they're
that.
not.
I don't think we're gonna do a rated R.
But at the same time, they're warming up to Deadpool 3, so they're flirting with R.
I think in that case,
content.
though, I think
I
it's
think
more of an
Star-
obligation thing.
Yeah, I
at
think
this
Star
point.
Wars is a little too precious for rated R.
right now. I'd say give it like
Well, that's
maybe
why-
in 10 years they might do
Well,
it.
that's why they made Touchstone and all these other studios, so they could make R-rated movies.
Star Wars is a brand.
It's a brand, yeah.
Star Wars is a brand, and Star Wars also is heavily branded to children. And I just don't like. Honestly, what would you want to see in it to make it rated R?
It would be the tone. I mean, PG-13 would probably work.
I could argue
Like,
hard PG-13 because that happened with Revenge of the Sith. It was the first PG-13 Star Wars.
And I would argue Mandalorian's PG-13 anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. So I mean, to me, if he walks, I guess you could do it like
so
him
you said
walking
he
into the young.
walks, and the first thing I heard
Or
was Ewoks.
Ewoks,
And
yeah.
I'm like, Vader and some Ewoks, hell yeah.
But like,
Rated R Ewoks show.
I would almost want.
How do we know they're not rated R? They're probably cursing all the line.
R2 is?
Yeah. That's why they bleep them out all the time.
They go that step further from when he zooms the younglings, right?
Right.
Like maybe not necessarily watch the action, but then an after effect.
Right.
And you know what? It could be PG-13. Dune was very good about that.
Yeah.
I just saw that today, and it was PG-13, and you got a lot of carnage without seeing the carnage.
Yeah.
Right.
So it could be PG-13. I'm just what I meant by rated R though is like a darker tone.
No. Yeah.
Like literally, I want like we know there's no redeeming him through the show. It doesn't happen until Return.
Yep.
So it's literally however many seasons they can get away with of him just doing heinous crap.
I think
It would just be an interesting
yeah.
show to see his arc of why is he so feared. We got a little bit of it in Rogue One, but we don't have context
No.
other than the end of Revenge and the end
Yeah.
of Rogue One.
Right.
Just and comics, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like let's see why he's like
Honestly-
the galaxy's scourge.
Honestly, I wish Lucasfilm and Disney weren't afraid to adapt their comics and stuff to a visual, like a TV film media, because a lot of their comics and books are really good, and I don't see why you can't. I mean, we're already breaking canon in some regards
So-
to stuff because they've already redone like Kanan's story, for example, with Bad Batch. So there's no like worry of that. I don't think
Because I don't think they're worried about like.
about things not agreeing.
Right. Because in
And
in the long run-
Mandalorian already broke that with Cobb Vanth.
Right. So I mean, visuals always trump the shows and the movies always trump the books
Yep.
anyway.
Yeah.
So
Even with the new canon
right.
setup.
And so even within a canon, because it's like, well, it's one interpretation of
The story, yeah.
well, the story, because like the Siege of Mandalore is like 2 pages in the Ahsoka book,
yeah.
and it's way different than it is in the
And
Clone
also
Wars.
Ahsoka's lightsabers are different.
Right. And like it's I think it's better in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
No offense to what's her face who wrote it.
yeah,
but
No.
that was a great
Well,
series.
I
It's a good
think
book.
that
It's a good book.
I think the scenes E.K. Johnson wrote
Yeah,
were
thank you,
from the
E.K.
script. They were from the script, I think.
Right. And
Which they rewrote.
right, which is but it's fine. So,
Yeah.
So I don't know if we've discussed this. I've discussed this with other people. There is a lack of villains in modern movies,
Yeah.
and like there's more of an era of darkness or an era of like non-corporeal or feelings that are just evil instead of like a bad guy. So like especially in Disney movies, we don't get like a true villain and stuff anymore, and so like
It's more of people that just happen to go bad.
right, and so doing a Vader show. While I agree, I don't think they'll do it. I just don't.
No, I don't
Well,
think they will
I also
either, realistically.
Right.
I
So
also
said I want.
yeah.
Right. But I'm just
Yeah.
trying to figure out a Disney way to like how to
Disney
sell it.
would do it like
I mean-
Maleficent, right? Here's this tragic
Yeah.
backstory. And
Yeah, but
that's
we
why
have that.
she's
We already
bad.
have that.
But
That's
we
what
have
the
that.
I
prequels
don't
are.
want that.
Right.
That's what the
I
prequels-
literally
we have
just
that.
want him being bad.
Like
That's what the prequels are, though.
yeah.
No, but this, that's his Maleficent story.
Yeah.
I want just a series of him just doing heinous
Yeah.
shit.
Which I could argue if they just adapt the Vader comics because they're so well written.
But even like Vader comics, they've diminished Vader's role in how we understood Vader to be in Star Wars.
I don't know.
As an attack dog?
No, he's not even that, because he's like,
No.
he's kind of rumored in the Empire. It's not like everyone knows who he is.
But I'd argue that's how it already would have been. No
But
matter.
like,
Kind of that conversation we have about Jedi,
right? But I'm
on
saying,
a galactic scale.
But it's like But I'm just talking about the context of the film.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking about the other.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm only doing the context of the films because everything was written after the films.
Yeah.
And so we have to talk about the film. So so when we're introduced to Vader, we assume he is either second or third in command of this empire.
Yeah, because Tarkin's kind of like
Tarkin's the number 2, right? So we don't know what the Emperor is. We hear about the Emperor, so we know the Emperor must be number 1.
Right.
So Tarkin Vader could be number 2, and then Tarkin dies. So you're like, oh, the Emperor rules the Empire, and then Vader's the number 2. And we only see it from the perspective of Vader, because Vader's our villain in this film. So he's in charge of the executor or the executor, executor
Yeah.
or
Executor.
Or executor.
They're both right.
Yeah, they're both
because it's spelled the same.
Right. So so he's in the he's in charge of that. And then he's pretty much like the only people who see him in Jedi are Piet and the Emperor and Luke. It's like no one else talks to him or whatever.
Yeah.
So because I keep going back to that Vader comic when he first shows up in the second run of Vader comic. The second run of the
let's see. The second run is the second run is the earlier storyline where he gets the
and so when he has to go get his lightsaber, and so he shows up this is like in the early days of the Empire. So this is during like Bad Batch era.
That would be your Purge era that you would want.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he just shows up and is like, and the Emperor's like, the Imperial guy's like, and you are, and he's like, he's like, I'm Lord Vader. And that's a title for how's that rank? He's like, it doesn't justify to the guy, and he's just like, he's just basically like, I'm a badass. It's just like, I guess the Emperor commands it.
I mean, well, that's also I think the biggest problem with the Empire is that they kind of don't have formal rankings for everything. I mean, it's kind of just whatever is necessary.
Palpatine doesn't care anyway. Palpatine just wants the power, and he's in charge of everything.
He wants everybody else underneath him to fight.
Yeah, he wants them to figure it all out anyway. And so, but I just think
it's why the first run of the Vader comics, he's like, I'm going to create your replacement. Let's see if you can do better.
Right. Just the Emperor's a dick. It's like, you can have your cake and eat it too. Stop being a dick. Right. Stop Josh Whedon in this thing and just go. You've got it. You got the galaxy. What are you going to do with it? I'm going to continue to be an asshole. No, don't do that. I'm Sith. That's my job. No, it's not really. It's not. In the rules of Sith, one of them is not be a dick.
You already got your victory. The Jedi, as far as you know, are dead.
Right.
Yeah.
And you just show up, you kill them, and you laugh.
If you had been benevolent, you'd probably still be alive.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I got it. I took over everything. I did it. I win. Sith wins.
Yeah.
Sith wins. Cool. Free school lunches. I'm going to cut tax rates. You have to conscript to the Stormtrooper League for 4 years, and then you will be set up. Like set up social networking.
Basically, making Israel. It's just
I think the problem though for him is it's just that it's what we know about Star Wars. It's the dark side.
Right.
It pulls him to do the bad things no matter what. At this point,
the original movie is a Western. It's not.
Right.
Yeah, it's literally good versus evil.
Yep.
Like there is no.
And the more I watch it, I'm just like, it's just rebel propaganda. What the real story? The Empire's not really that bad.
The problem is Lothal kind of proves that though that the Empire's bad.
Oh, the Empire's terrible, but it's still But again, we watch Lothal through Ezra's eyes, and we watch it through propaganda eyes.
But I guess you did. I read the Servants of the Empire books, which showed like the cadet training programs and they're just like, hey, you're kid soldiers. Go ahead and knock down these doors and shoot these people as well.
Well, sometimes you got to do what's got to be done. Do what needs to be done.
Also, we're gonna kidnap your. Also, if we sense that your siblings
Master Skywalker.
Also, if we sense that your siblings are force sensitive, we'll kidnap them, but not explain to the families what happened to them.
Probably much like the Jedi.
Just like Jedi.
Except you know what happened to your kids for the Jedi. You know where they went.
Oh, that's what they tell you.
Yeah.
Again, propaganda for the good guys.
Yeah.
I can spin this anyway. I can Fox News this bitch.
What's the name of that news guy from Rebels?
Joe, it was nice. No.
What's the name of that news guy from Rebels?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, moving on from Hayden. So Dee Bradley got in a little bit of hot water with the fans.
Uh-oh.
Or with the toxic fans, I guess, or the fans, some of the fans. The loyalists, I would call them. The ones who just won't let things go.
Oh, okay.
The Menace?
The Phantom Menace?
The Phantom Menace, yes, the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Who did?
Dee Bradley.
Which one's that?
Or Dee Bradley Baker.
Bradley Baker, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew there were some names in there.
You got it.
So the clones.
Yeah,
all the clones.
All the
Got it.
clones.
All right, so there was a Little Golden Books. Do you remember Little Golden Books?
Oh, I know where the story's going, yes.
I sent y'all pictures. I will post a picture in a second on the thing. But so do you remember Little Golden Books?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you have any of them as a kid? I did.
Yes.
The Pokey
Yeah.
Little Pony.
Yeah.
Little Puppy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
A lot of mine were adaptations of things.
I had a ton.
Yeah, Righty Ann and stuff. And anyway, they've adapted Star Wars movies.
Yep.
And so Dee Bradley Baker was at a convention and a fan showed him the Return of the Jedi Golden Book. Mm-hmm. And in it is a picture of Rex celebrating at the Battle of Endor. Right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's the picture of that. Look, Rex looks so happy at the Battle of Endor. He's at the, and then the Reddit crowd creeped out and went, "That's not possible. That's not him. That's Nik Sant."
That's who?
Nik Sant or something like
Yeah.
that. It's supposed to be a Santa Claus pun.
It's a Santa Claus joke.
Oh.
Because he looks like Santa Claus. Nik Sant.
Nik Sant.
Okay.
There we go.
Niksant. I forgot how he got his name. And I thought Decipher named him because Decipher did a lot of naming, much to Pablo Hidalgo's chagrin. I see Pablo diss Decipher a lot on Twitter, and I'm like, but that's how I love my Star Wars. Oh, well. And so there was an indoor card set, and he was in the card set, but he wasn't named, so it was named later. So who is Nik Sant? Nik Sant is the old bearded commando on Endor, and you see him twice. You see him once in commando gear, and then when the Empire comes and takes over Endor, before when they like, we surprise you, there's 25 million legions.
Right.
Before the Ewoks go like, all right, we got to solve this. He is dressed as a biker scout without his helmet.
Okay.
Or his visor's up or whatever, but he's captured. So Nik Sant, this is from Wikipedia. Shout out to Wikipedia.
Yep.
And Nik Sant, or Gramps, as he was affectionately known, was a lieutenant and survival expert of the Rebel Alliance strike team sent to the forest moon of Endor. The oldest member of the team, Gramps, was a survival expert. Sant was a leading member of a group of soldiers who, in the beginning of this galactic civil war, devised plans for the rebellion's guerrilla-like attacks and key targets in the Galactic Empire. He also helped assemble the Endor strike team. When an Ewok stole a speed bike, 3 scout troopers followed, leaving one at the shield generator. The rebels captured the scout, and Nik Sant disguised himself by putting on the scout trooper armor. Unfortunately, he was later captured by the Imperials, and he was held hostage along with the other members of the strike team. That is it. There's no more info about this guy. There's nothing.
Yeah. And then he was only officially named that in 2002.
Right. So he's not been that for a long time. So, but the Reddit fans like, no, he's always been. He's going to be Nick. He can't be Rex. Rex can be there somewhere else, but that guy can't be Rex. He looks like Rex does in Rebels.
Right.
Right. So, why is this so hard for you to accept?
So here,
backwards retcon.
Yeah.
And
Star Wars is all about retcons.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be backwards retcon. It would just be a retcon.
Retcon. Just retcon it. Sorry.
But or they do a thing in the next season of Bad Batch where the Bad Batch gets a call from Rex and he says, "When you get to planet, call me Nick."
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're done.
Done. Right.
Problem solved.
Like, hey, I've met up with this cell. I'm teaching them survival tactics and guerrilla warfare.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I would get if this character had more to them.
No, this is all he's got.
Yeah,
Well,
he doesn't have any books or short stories about him, even in Legends.
He also has a miniature
Yeah.
in Legion.
Yeah, that's right.
One of the original Rebel
Yeah.
troopers is, and everybody called him Rex.
Right.
Because nobody knew about Nick.
Right.
Yeah. And so, I would get if there was more info, and even in Legends about this guy, but there's not.
No, I just read you everything about him, right?
I'm writing a book.
So, at this point, why not? Why can't it be Rex?
So, I went researching this because I thought this was interesting, and that's
Yeah.
why I found it. And so I found some interesting.
I just had a thought. Sorry.
All right, please.
I know his last name's Sant.
Yeah.
Because that could be phonetically how you would say CT. Just
Ooh.
Oh,
Right?
there you go. Right.
You get it out?
Right. You got it.
All right.
Solved it.
It's
JD solved it.
Illuminati confirmed.
He's got it.
And it keeps like his info from being known by the Empire that he's alive, because for the
Yeah.
most part they don't know
Or care.
even during Rebel. Like like they know about Gregor, and that's about it.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but
No.
that was a bolt of lightning.
I like it.
Struck my brain.
I love it. I love it. So of course, Dave Filoni has thoughts, and I found two things. I found two quotes that I wanted to talk about. Filoni revealed in an interview with IGN he ultimately chose to not canonize the theory because he felt that laying down an already established character prior to the coming of Star Wars wasn't correct, adding that Rex could have been present at Endor and not be Sant, even though some fans could choose to believe that Sant and Rex are the same individual, while others chose not to. I think the one thing I have really thought about is I really do think that Rex is the guy on Endor. I really do. Why else is there a bearded old guy on Endor? Why? It makes no sense. If you don't know what happened, if you don't want that to happen, do you know what that means? I'm going to make that happen. I'm getting like Palpatine. I'm getting power crazy. Please continue to get power crazy,
Right? Yeah.
Dave Filoni.
And then he basically does make it official with the Rebels finale.
Wait, no. All he says,
But that image alone of.
all that Sabine says is that Rex was at the Battle of Endor.
But you see Rex in that uniform.
I think the Golden Books thing confirms it. I think that's.
But
what confirms
I
it.
always assumed that after the Rebels finale, I was like, oh, that confirms it.
Oh yeah, exactly. We were all talking about it. Like I remember Celebration Orlando when they were showing the first time we saw Rex in his season 3 gear.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, that's the guy. He's on Endor. And that's where that came from. We're like, oh. I was sitting with my buddy Jake Stevens, who has been the toy guy that was on the show before. Me and Jake were sitting by each other, and then I was like, oh, exactly. We know. It's done. Endor. Shut up, Reddit fans.
It's basically
It's
been
called Reddit,
official.
not type it.
Yeah.
I know.
It's basically been official since 2014.
I think it's. I'm stuck with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of now want to get a Golden Book and get Dee to sign it for me. And just like Rex and hearts.
What if we get that picture on T-shirts and I'm like, it's totally Rex?
Yeah. It's totally Rex.
It's totally Rex. It's Rex. It's Rex Manning Day, but it's Rex like Stormtrooper Day
Yeah.
or Clone
Rex
Yeah.
Sant Day.
Yeah.
Rex Sant Day.
So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. That.
Okay.
It's just.
He's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fun. This past couple days, it's been Hasbro Pulse. Their Pulse Con. So Hasbro's got all these toys out. I've been sending pictures.
And broke. You're broke.
I'm good. I spent so much money on toys. So much. But hopefully, I'll have something to show next week.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah. I think.
Oh.
I think.
Pulse?
That was
Yeah. From
that was-
already. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow, that's
So,
fast.
Yes. So here's the things I found out because Jake also does a podcast and has been doing and
Allstate?
no, Jake Stevens, who we just talked about. Oh, shout out Jake. He's from his website is from Forlom to Zuckus,
Yeah.
and so I'll post the link on the screen and in the show notes. And so, but he and a lot of other podcasters, website guys are tight with Hasbro, so they sent him a care package of like all the Pulse exclusives that were available.
Oh, wow.
Among them was the Dave Filoni figure, Trapper Wolf, which I've ordered. So it should be. They've already charged me for it. All the pre-order stuff that's not
I
ready.
said that was coming out next year.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was coming out next year too.
Oh, wow.
So like, I'll show a picture on the screen now. But so Trapper Wolf is available. They charged me for it, so I guess I'm getting it this week. So if I get it this week, we'll do an unboxing next week.
Nice.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you have a Jorge Sakul?
I do not have a Jorge Segul.
Okay.
They just did a Lucas and Stormtrooper,
Right.
and I've got them on order, but they're not out till next year.
I just didn't know if you had one of the OG.
Yeah, I don't have any of the order. I don't have
Because
the.
then you could be like, la 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 la, let's go fly a squad together.
Well, I want both of them. Well, it'd be funny because like Dave is 6-inch and Jorge is like 3 3/4.
Right.
So he'd be like little, which would be funny. But there's a Stormtrooper George coming out that's 6 inch as well. And then the rumor is there's a Werner Herzog, so I can have them all three direct my other figures, and I want that so bad. I just need a client, so Hasbro get on that. But what they announced was, and they showed, and I'll show pictures. There's a Cobb Vanth. It's a deluxe set, and he looks just like Timothy Oliphant. I mean, just like just amazing. The sculpts are great. They've got a new technique, and then there's we get Bill Burr, we get Miggs and Mayfield, and he's in his disguise outfit he wore during the second season.
Yeah.
So it comes with a helmet. I bet we're going to get a Din Djarin that way too, because Hasbro likes to reuse parts, and so you just switch heads, and then you got him. And they already got a Din Djarin head, so that should be fun.
There you go.
So there is last year they did a deluxe set of Din Djarin and Grogu. This year is Din Djarin Grogu on the snow planet with the little snow spider guys.
Yeah.
And so it comes with a bunch of snow spider guys, but his armor is all covered in snow, and Grogu's like standing on snow, I think eating an egg. I think he's eating an egg. And so those are cool. Those are going to come out soon. I have a toy store, so we'll have them at the toy shop.
Yeah.
At the toy shop. So I'm really excited about that. But so the other thing that they announced was Haslab's revealed the Rancor.
Right.
And it is huge. It's 17 inches tall standing.
Yeah, because it's to scale.
It's to scale, right? So 17 inches tall to scan. When he raises his arms, he's 27 inches. And his wingspan from finger to finger is 43 inches.
Good grief.
He's got like 90 points of articulation. I've seen the models, and I've seen a live model yet. My problem,
4 feet.
Yeah. So he's like huge. And so my question is like, I don't know how he's going to stand. That's the only thing I'm really worried about. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, with the knuckles, but
knuckles,
like, but they had like they
But
had
like
some,
when he's holding something, how are you gonna?
right? He's got some. They got some renderings, but you can chomp on like that. A stormtrooper for scale. They showed him like chomping on a stormtrooper, and so
does he have a little knob on one of his spines that like the OG one did?
No,
yeah.
I don't think so. But
That'd be cool.
But they've got 4 unlockable like stretch goals for it, and so it's $350 for this thing, and they need 9,000 orders before they will produce it.
Wow.
And so that's good. I looked today, and they're like at they were over 2,000, but Caleb can check now.
Yeah,
I think he's reaching for this phone to check on it.
Yep.
But before I go, I want to speculate about the stretch goals again, because we did that the first time we mentioned it, and that's kind of fun. My favorite thing he comes with is plastic drool.
Okay.
There's a drool insert for his mouth, so it looks like and you can remove it if you not, or you can move it around.
Gross.
And so, right, I think it's great. I think it's awesome. The mistake that they did, I think, was they also switching genres, switching properties. Haslab also released a G.I. Joe Sky Striker that looks like a Tomcat. It's an official license from Northrop Grumman, Tomcat. It is gorgeous. It's also a lower price point. They're both released at the same time. So if anything hurts the Rancor, it's going to be that. After the show, I'll show you the picture.
Okay.
It's like,
because I might have to buy that.
Oh, it's
because I loved the Sky Striker.
So the Sky Striker, I'll pull it up now. So the Sky Striker, welcome to Sky's Toy Chat.
Right.
It comes with Ace like it normally did, but on the box off in the original, they showed a co-pilot that they never produced. They produced the co-pilot.
Okay.
So it comes with like vehicles that help like tow the Tomcat and like load it with missiles and stuff. And it comes with all these missile flares and stuff, so it looks like it can be fired. It's got flares you can put in the thrusters to make it look. It comes with 2 sets of decals where you can make it look like an actual Tomcat or a G.I. Joe version of the Tomcat. The stretch goals, and also they released all the stretch goals. They told you the goals and what they are, what they will be.
Yeah, whereas I'm looking at the Rancor,
there's nothing.
They haven't shown it yet.
Yeah, and so they're not going to show it till they.
Yeah, because they need 11,000 for the first one.
Right, and so
I bet it's going to be his keeper is one of them.
It's got. I would have to say the keeper's got to be one of them. Like,
And again, the gate that crushes his face.
so currently, to answer how many so far have backed it, it is 3,370. So 3,000.
Third of the way there.
All right, and so for the Sky Striker is 3636 as of right now.
And they also need 9,000.
They need 10,000.
Okay.
What's that look like?
Oh,
Oh wow, that's pretty. I'm just imagining there was a picture on the
Oh.
screen right then.
I was, I was trying to get the.
Or if it was earlier. Man, that was really pretty.
All right, so I'll share the pictures. Welcome to the GI Joe portion of the podcast.
Oh my god. Well, we're in that 40%. You're fine.
Yeah, we're good. So so it's a beautiful the Sky Striker.
Oh yeah.
So imagine
Gorgeous.
an X-wing.
Girl, you better stop.
Imagine an X-wing. I mean, yeah,
I'd get
Yeah.
12.
but yeah, it comes with.
I'd get 12 if they made an
Ejector
X-wing like that.
seats.
I'd get 12, and they would be hanging from my ceiling.
One
as
of
I
the
repainted them to be Rogue Squadron from the books.
look at that. So they have ejection sheets, but they have like attachments to make it
Yeah.
look like they're.
Yeah.
The parachutes on it are cloth instead of plastic.
Nice.
I mean, like it's comes with a stand where you can put the extra missiles and stuff on it. It's gorgeous compared to the Rancor, which is kind of lackluster. It's
Yeah, like because
So
they
it-
don't even have the the paint or anything on
Right.
it in those
and
images.
so the Rancor, like the Rancor's great,
Yeah.
but it's big.
That's a big boy.
It's big, but there's no info about the stretch goals. There are 4 stretch goals, so they tend to do this with all the other things. I think one of them will be some sort of stand
yeah.
of some kind, and so because the Razor Crest got a stand, I think the Sentinel didn't, but the Sentinel also has like the X-Men Sentinel, but he's also got leg joint problems. So I'm worried. I got a Galactus too, a couple of months ago, a month ago, or whatever, and I'm worried about his leg joints, but. Oh well,
Gotcha.
but
Yeah.
so Maliki, the Rancor keeper,
Yep.
Yeah.
that'd be cool. What do you think, Caleb?
Maybe I wouldn't mind like a Return of the Jedi Luke kind of to go with it.
A Luke with bone. That's what
Yeah.
a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
I still want my Night Sister to write it. I won't get it because it's not
No.
canon. But man,
Maybe Bane. Bane rides one in the Legends book.
but honestly, if I could get anything, like seriously, I need a Gamorrean that's in half.
Right.
So you can have like him and then split him and put the other half of him in the
yeah.
mouth. That's what Hasbro. If you're listening, make that happen. I'll buy it.
I need. So you need Gamorrean nuggets.
I write Gamorrean nerves, right?
yeah.
Right.
Gamorrean nuggets.
Like little sausage bites for the Gamorrean. Gamorrean bacon.
Might be a little chewy, but no chewy bacon. No chewy bacon.
But yeah, so that's coming from Haslab, and Hasbro's got all kinds of crazy stuff they're doing too. They announced some vintage collection figures. There's an Ahsoka coming out, but I think it's the same Ahsoka we keep getting, so I'm not like excited. There's an Anakin as a Padawan, like not as like I guess he's always a Padawan, but it's like little Anakin. It's like Jake Lloyd as we never seen him before. It's like
okay.
after episode 1 before he became a Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Puberty Anakin.
Right.
Here's
It's like
puberty Anakin.
He's like pre-poob Anakin. And then
Here's like they spell it Anakin. Like
and then there's a Mace Windu coming out as well, and so
sweet.
but and Obi-Wan like a Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan I think he is, but he's got like a cloth cape and stuff. Cool. It looks fine, but it's like I don't know. The Ahsoka bums me out because it looks like the same Ahsoka they've always released.
Right.
So it's like her third release on that, and it's like Rosario. Just make us.
Yeah.
Where's our?
Yeah.
And the first Rosario one we're getting is a retro collection, which she'll look like the old Kenner one, so she doesn't look right.
Right.
So because they're doing they dad. Oh, 6-inch one. I forgot about Dad by Boba Fett. So
Nice.
they're doing him, and
Yeah.
so I'll have pictures of that too. I forgot. I knew there was a fourth one. I couldn't remember what it was. So yeah, toys, a big part of our childhood. So, did I tell you I met the guy, Jim Swearengin, the guy who was a
Oh yeah.
a lead designer or a head designer at Kenner during that day.
I don't think so.
So I did a toy show a couple weeks ago in Louisiana, and he was one of the guests.
Oh wow.
So I got to speak to him for a little bit. I didn't get to go to his table because I was running my table. I was by
Right.
myself. But toward the end of the show, he was walking around, and I got to fist bump, talk to him, and just was like, "Thank you for making my childhood amazing."
Yeah.
And he was like, "That's all we wanted to do. We just wanted you to have fun. Did you have fun?" I was like, "Yeah, I had a blast."
Yeah.
And so, it's great. He was
cool.
He was signing toys. Like my buddy of mine who had a do-back yet. You got him to sign. And so
That's awesome.
it's very cool. I'd love to get him as a guest. I'd love to pick his brain about that time. And if you ever want to hear him talk or stuff, he's on. It's a great documentary about the Star Wars toys on Amazon called Plastic Galaxy. Highly recommend it. Highly, if you especially if you just want to dive back in your old childhood and be like, I wish I had all that steel.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, cool.
The other moving on from that, still speaking about kid stuff. So, help me remember the name of this show. Disney's Star Wars Kids has got a new creature show.
I think it's Galaxy of Creatures.
Galaxy of Creatures. I have.
I saw that like yesterday when I was trying to look for something to watch.
Have you watched any of it yet?
No.
I have. Have you, Caleb? Have you watched any of it?
I saw the Porg episode you showed me.
I saw the Porg episode, and so Star Wars Galaxy of Creatures. Its description as follows: join the adventurous droid SFR3, or as we call him, Ari, a member of the Galactic Society of Creature Enthusiasts, as he journeys across the galaxy to learn everything there is to know about wildlife in this new animated short series, Star Wars Galaxy of Creatures. Things that they're going to talk about, of course, they do the Porg, and I'll talk about that episode in a second. They do Tauntauns, Blurgs, Tukas, and so...
Cool.
All right. I was resistant to this whole idea. Mostly because I'm like, not that I don't think it should exist. It's just like, I'm 44 years old. I am not going to enjoy a baby. It's a show for babies. Why did I want to? Man, I don't even like porgs.
Right.
I don't like porgs. Loved it. It's like 2 minutes long. It's great.
Okay.
They're easily digestible. They're basically Star Wars Looney Tune cartoons. And so in this one, the Ari is trying to teach the Porg's tricks, and it's funny.
Okay.
It's really, really funny, and so I need to go back and watch them all, but I really, really enjoy it. And at the end of the episode, there's like fun facts about like the animal they talked about. So what do you call a group of Porgs?
A percussion.
A murder of porgs.
Really?
Just like crows.
Just, like that's what they went with?
They went with
bevy?
Yeah, nope.
Okay.
A murder of porgs, which makes porgs sound more vicious than they are.
Maybe they are.
Some kind of right. I'm
Yeah,
like,
who knows?
Maybe some dark in there.
There's some dark porgs.
There's some dark porgs in there. Dark side porgs.
They've tricked Chewbacca into letting them on the ship.
Right. Now they're maybe they're Star Wars tribbles right now. So that one got off on got on the Falcon, and now they're going to be everywhere.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And they're the porg meeting going, all right, they're coming. So all right,
Yeah.
Bill, Sam, Joe, you're gonna have to go sacrifice yourselves to Chewbacca, but the species will live on.
Right.
Go live our Dark Master, Darth Jar Jar, or whatever the hell it is.
Yes.
See,
Join me.
never. I'll never join you.
Do it.
Oh. So a murder of porgs.
Okay.
Caleb, did we miss anything? Is there anything else that's going on?
Since we're in a gaming shop, the rights for Star Wars RPGs is switching hands.
Yeah, to Leading Edge.
I believe so. Let me double check that article.
Because Leading Edge is back, I think.
I think
Isn't
it's
that
going to Asmodee.
Which it's been Asmodee's.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
Fantasy Flight.
Fantasy Flight.
It is
Not
Asmodee.
Asmodee.
But
I
it's
think
going to like the higher up, like
Yeah, but they'll probably hire the same people. Like they've been doing that with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They take them from Fantasy Flight, say, "Here's your own little company, go to work."
which I
So-
think is what's going on.
Yeah, it's
Can you just verify who's it going to?
Yeah,
I'm
I've
pretty
got
sure it's
the.
Asmodee.
I've got the.
I just want to hear it.
no. I read that article.
Yeah.
Not
just-
that I'd read that article.
Yeah, the Newsnet article that I.
Yeah.
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 Star Wars Newsnet is very helpful.
So, that means we'll probably get a new Star Wars RPG, right?
Which is what I'm happy
You don't think
about.
so?
I'm pretty sure we'll just.
That's
get
what
more
I'm
source
happy.
books for
Well,
the current one.
and they've already said that they're planning to reprint like the Fantasy Flight stuff as
Yeah.
well.
And that's who would do
Okay.
that's who would do Genesis. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the company.
Yeah. No,
So-
we
which is you like that system.
I do. But then I got back into like
D6s.
yeah, number nine.
So officially, it's going to Edge Studio, but Edge Studio is owned by Asmodee.
Right.
Okay. So Asmodee is just moving things around.
Yeah, which I'm fine with that because that's my problem with Fantasy Flight is they stopped making RPGs.
Right.
But it's how
so because I talk to them every week, just so you know.
Yeah.
It is Asmodee.
All right, Asmodee.
Yeah.
Okay, Asmodee.
Asmodee.
Like you're both like Asmodee. I was like, no.
Okay.
My rep every week is like, hey, this is Eddie from Asmodee, and I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, it's Asmodee.
Asmodee. I learn something every day.
Yeah,
Asmodee.
It's
Well,
not
why-
Asmodean, like it's not a demon about to be
Yeah.
like, whoa, give me all your money. Oh wait, they kind of are,
They kind of do that. Yeah.
especially with that new card game. But anyway,
What's the new card game?
the My Hero card game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the My Hero Academy. So what is Fantasy Flight making now?
Yeah. Currently,
Nothing.
the only thing I could think of that they still continue doing was like their war games for Star Wars. That's about
Nope.
it. They stopped doing
Atomic Mass Games has control of that stuff now.
so they stopped doing Legion and all
Yep,
that.
it's
Yeah, I
all
knew it.
it's all
Oh,
part of
it
the
is.
same people that do Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Okay.
I need Atomic Mass Games to make a Crisis Protocol for Star Wars.
I need Atomic Mass Games to come here and talk to us, and then we can pitch it ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes, because
That would be
we
awesome.
need.
But it's like 4 guys in Seattle.
That's fine.
Is there a card game going on? Is there's nothing?
There's a Marvel Champions card.
well,
game.
for like Star Wars.
The last thing was
No.
Destiny.
I mean, well, no, there's a LCG out there that I know.
Nobody
plays.
plays.
No,
Yeah.
the LCGs died before Destiny did.
That it?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, when I went to Worlds for Destiny, that was the last LCG Worlds,
Okay.
and everybody was lamenting the demise
Yeah.
of the LCG,
Yeah.
which I played a few times. It's tough though.
Honestly, God, it could be a coup, but it could fit in the Universus world with My Hero.
Right.
So this new My Hero Academia card game
Right.
is part of the Universus system, which has been around since 06. But you can play things from it against Soul Calibur, Mortal Kombat, Yu Yu Hakusho,
Oh, yeah.
Street
Yeah.
Fighter, Cowboy Bebop. Like they
Okay.
have all these properties. The way the game plays is similar. So I could take my
Okay, I gotta-
Chun-Li versus
I
your
gotta stop you right there.
Cervantes.
I just gotta stop you real quick.
What?
I missed a Mortal Kombat card game.
Yeah. You can still get it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Kind of.
In fact, I think Greg just picked up a Soul Calibur box. So My Hero is the same system,
All right.
but
Yeah.
it is a standalone game in this world.
Right.
So it has kind of a separate rule set, but it also has the same rule
Right,
set.
right.
It's
So
very
it's
neat.
basically how Fantasy Flight was running their RPGs.
Kind of, but like I could literally take this game. Basically the main difference is in the My Hero game, you have to have a minimum 50 card deck, whereas the rest of them is minimum 60 cards. So you
Okay.
put 10 cards in your deck, and I can play your Chun-Li.
right.
Right, like,
Right.
and I could even in the UFS, the Universal Fighting System, I can all of a sudden take the Soul Calibur card and put it with my Spike from Cowboy Bebop and run around with that in my deck. I mean, it's designed. The backs are all the same, right? So it's designed to play almost like old Versus,
Right.
and old Dice Masters,
Right.
It's designed like that, but it's been around for 15 years.
Is it fun?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's almost like the old Dragon Ball Z card game where it's back and forth fighting.
Right.
It's not just this is what I want to do. Aha, I have a better card pool than you.
I know nothing about
Yeah.
My Hero Academia.
Well, I don't either.
Yeah.
In fact, I started watching with my weeb child once we started playing.
Your weep child.
Yeah, Beckett. He's the weeb child. But like I
Shout out
carefully
to Beckett, the
constructed this deck, and then I threw together another deck. And I went home and taught him to play, and of course I gave him the thrown together deck, and then he crushed my soul. And I was like, I have to rethink my life. I don't know how to play games anymore.
Right.
Like, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh was coming for me to just take out my heart because he's the king of games, and it was bad. But then I retooled and popped him in the nose.
Like,
But-
I'm your father.
Right.
I've been playing games literally before you were born.
Yeah.
But no, it is a fun system,
Cool.
and I'll explain it later. But
No, I'm
Yeah.
looking for something fun to play.
It's a very fun system.
I currently play my Crisis Protocol, and I enjoy Crisis.
Yes.
But the problem with Crisis Protocol is like you got to there's a lot to it.
Yeah, you gotta set
up and stuff. I miss a good card game. The last card game, and I've been out of the card game for about 3 years now, since Destiny, because
Yeah.
Destiny broke my heart.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
So the plan
That
is for
was so
this.
good.
That's Fantasy Flight, though. That's not Disney.
Did you ever play it?
Yeah, I was there as soon as it came out, and then Fantasy Flight broke my heart, as they always do.
Yeah.
How did we not
I don't know.
we missed you in that? Because we played hardcore. We were like,
I think because at the time I didn't quite know you yet, and I was also going to Mini War Game back when they were.
Oh, he's going right.
Wait, this mini war games or across the bay mini war games?
This one.
Oh,
back when they were
Actually,
still
I don't
around.
want to say that out loud. Like that
Yeah.
won't get me in trouble.
Right.
I'm not trying to disparage anyone.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
public.
But no.
No, so this is the first of I think at least 3 or 4 planned My Hero sets, but the game itself is still going to go on with other properties.
Right. Yeah.
So like everybody's thinking this. We went all in as a store on it, like all in, and so far it hasn't really disappointed us, and we still have plenty of product.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
it is sold like we've sold. It's been out. We got it a week early, so we've had it for 2 full weeks now, and we've sold 100 boxes.
Cool.
So it's going
Oh,
for a
that's
brand new game. Like if it was a new Magic set, 100 boxes,
Right.
like nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
But in a brand new set that nobody knows anything.
So you
about,
think it would be good for Star Wars?
I think it's it could be.
Yeah.
It could very well be because that if they could somehow get that license, they could then spin off and say, here's how you play it by itself. However, if you want Chun-Li to have a lightsaber, here you go.
Yeah.
Okay. But that game is Asmodee.
No, it's
that one.
Jasco.
Yeah.
Jasco, because I was
So
confused.
Jasco owns that. Asmodee has the distribution rights to the My Hero part.
Oh,
Okay.
Jasco-
So they could easily partner up and do
Right.
a Star Wars one because they're already working together with.
Right, and Jasco distributes the rest of the properties.
Right.
But they because they thought My Hero was gonna be so big, they said, "Hey, Asmodee," and now Asmodee has a brand representative, and like all the like they're almost Voltroning, but
Right.
not quite.
Okay.
So I could easily see Star Wars having fun, and it'd be a fun. It would be a really fun system.
I kind of.
So I have a question. What now that it's being switched over? What are the top things gaming wise you want to see? Like, because I already kind of know what I want to see. I want to see a return of like a base miniatures game, kind of like what Wizards did. I just want miniatures, not war games, miniatures. Give me my miniatures. And then I want actual like adventure RPG books, not just the main books, because that's something Star Wars has never been good at, is writing adventure books.
So you want like that Curse of the Coruscant Gem or whatever.
Western Games was really
The
good
best
because Western Games. That's how Pablo Hidalgo got
Yeah.
his gig at Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
He was writing stuff for Western Games, that's how he got into Star Wars.
But like they've never been
Well,
good at
he's a
like
big-
consistently publishing.
Right.
those.
But Western Games were like the last of it. I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah.
No, you just
Fantasy
get source
Flight
books.
almost got there, but then they gave up.
But I don't know, like I, in the modern age of gaming, like
Adventure books sell. I mean, that's like half of 5e D&D.
but is it like source books with an adventure though?
It's an adventure that has a little bit of new information
Yeah.
that you can take other places.
Okay, gotcha.
So here's an adventure.
Right.
Here's a new gunslinger class.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Gotcha.
So yes, to answer your question.
Yes.
I'm excited because the one that was supposed to come out this last Tuesday might be the first. Well, I'd say first, but my kids have all 5e books because I bought because they've been playing D&D.
Yeah.
But it's called Fizzman's Treasure.
Yeah,
of
which is
Dragons.
a throwback to the Dragonlance era.
So now we get Dragonlance.
Yeah.
And I'm in because that was my world.
Cool. Run it. I'll play.
So we gotta see what happens. We gotta see, I gotta see like if that book gives us how to play a Kender.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna find somebody to run that so I can annoy them as a Kender.
Which we're getting more books from them as well.
Yeah, that was the big. There was the whole Weiss and Hickman lawsuit like last year.
And that's what that was all about.
That got all resolved. So
And then everybody figured out, oh, so that means we're getting Dragonlance in 5e. And yep.
I'm excited,
And then you probably get Dragonlance and Magic because you got Forgotten Realms.
Yep.
dude. If I can get the. All right, we might be close to our 40% of non Star Wars content.
But I guess going back, what do you want to see then? I guess
I mentioned it before, but I will mention it again. I really love Crisis Protocol. It's a very fun game.
Yeah.
It would work in Star Wars.
It would.
Yeah.
It would totally work. Small teams, just your heroes.
Destructible terrain.
Right.
Vader.
Right. And just your heroes. And not like, look, Legion has your heroes in it.
Yeah, but it is
and-
a troop. It is a.
It's
an army.
Warhammer.
Yeah.
It's Warhammer. The closest thing we got was Imperial Assault, which is fun.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like the campaign aspect of it. That was I really enjoyed it.
And I'm glad I don't have to put my miniatures together.
Right.
That was the one thing I didn't like about Legion.
But you will with Atomic Mass. You're gonna put, and it's
Yep.
gonna be dumb. It's gonna be like,
Some of 'em.
It's like, hi, I'm all together except my one hand, and it's gonna
No.
be this time.
Hi.
I look at you, Doctor Strange. I look at you.
I'm looking look at Star Lord, who you have to put the two back halves of his skull together, then his mask, and then his hair. It's so weird. No, actually, that would be awesome. And if they Atomic Mass has said, because everybody playing Crisis Protocol is like, when are I going to get Hydra agents so I can just run 17 Hydra agents against
Right.
your 3 heroes?
Right, which-
and they're like, no, it's not that game.
Okay, that's not the game.
You literally get 4 to 6
right.
characters.
Right.
And they could easily do that with Star Wars.
Right, and then you could do stuff. You could make a Bad Batch team, or Spectre Squad.
Yeah.
because that's what I'm trying to get at. I'd love Rebel. I want more Rebel stuff anyway. And
Yeah.
I know Legion has Sabine,
Yeah.
and I don't think they have anybody else though.
Well, that's where my just straight up just give me miniatures like back in the Wizards days would come in, because then you get your main characters just as miniatures.
Yeah,
and
but see, as a
I know on
as
the
a
gaming
mini
aspect,
guy-
yeah.
those were awesome, but as a person that's painted miniatures for 30 years,
I know.
couldn't look at them.
I know.
Like, hey, Anakin, and he's looking at me with his eyes here.
But you could always,
No, the sculpts weren't that good.
Yeah, they're not great.
yeah.
And that's
And my eyes
also
aren't that good anymore.
and also I don't do blind boxes anymore. So it's like
yeah,
I kind of liked it, but
yeah, but you spend a lot of money, and you don't get like the things you want, and I want to be able to get the things I want.
that's fair.
You know, if I want a Hera, I want to get a Hera, and like I do, I have the Imperial Assault Hera,
Yeah.
and
Right.
Chopper, and I played them when I played Imperial, and they got their ass kicked because they're not great characters. They're not. Chopper's good, but they made Hera. Hera's a pilot,
Right.
And
Yeah,
so-
like so throwing Hera onto the ground doesn't.
right, but you make her like a support character to let her do
Yeah.
support stuff.
I'd like to throw her in there. What?
I didn't say anything.
But like,
don't disrespect Space Mom.
so then in that case, I guess Hera works better in like the X-wing game.
Which I can't play. I'm so bad at X-Wing. Because that stupid rule, like if any part of the ship goes off the board, is gone. And it's like, I just can't pilot.
It's true.
I can't
I
pilot.
seen it.
Yeah, it's like, I've got the ghost. It's like, oh, but your tail fin is dead. Fuck. So yeah, that happened. So
Yeah.
But yeah, what about? So you want minis? I want a Crisis Protocol.
I want consistency.
I want a card game.
Yeah.
A card game would be good too.
I mean, as long as you can deliver the games, not like Fantasy Flight where you consistently.
Honestly, I don't.
Because that's the problem. They always ran out of things.
I
That's another story. I know why they run out of things.
Well, of course, right now I don't disparage anybody right now because of everything's
No,
going on.
No,
even
before
pre-
that.
I know
like,
before that,
for
they have
years.
like one factory in China.
Yeah.
And that does all of the products, but it did all the products for Legion, X-Wing, Armada, Imperial Assault, and their board games.
Right.
And they'd be like, all right, what are we making this 3 days? All right, make these 4 items, and we get like, let's say we get 10,000 of each.
Yeah.
And then they have to do that until they can get a container ship full.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Like-
then ship it.
Yeah, like
And
even the
then
RPG books, they
One
didn't.
time, some of the containers fell off, so
Yeah.
we didn't get like Ross didn't get a source book for the Force for Force and Destiny for
Right.
like an extra year and a half because they had to reprint them,
Yep.
put them on another container, and ship it. And then what's his name got stuck in the canal, and it's all been jacked since then.
Yeah.
Like you can't. Like back then, you couldn't even order from their website because you would go to their website and it would say out of print, out of print, out of print.
Yeah, that's what. And as a store, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I order even though I have somebody to talk to, I'm ordering from the exact same warehouse.
Yeah.
So, like, I've noticed like Games Workshop and Asmodee don't really hold themselves a special reserve to sell to online customers.
Right.
Like they just have the 1 or 2 warehouses, and they go, no, I don't have any.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
If I do, you can have it. If I don't, you can't.
Yep.
I mean, which is a great way to go about it. It's just they don't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I've been trying to explain to people. Like, man, I really want Dark Troopers. Dark Troopers came out for Legion. They had a short print run on the release.
Yep.
I got 2, had 14 special ordered.
Are they Mandalorian Dark Troopers like the robots?
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They were black stormtroopers.
Oh, okay. They might have been the Death Troopers.
Death Troopers then.
No, the Death Troopers.
Yeah. So, but
Or
because Legion did have Death Troopers, so yeah.
that whatever. Like this is for an example. It wasn't
gotcha.
the point of the.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, out of the 14 I had pre-orders, who do I get to like? Okay, the first two. Well, honestly, ordered 4 apiece. Do I give the very first person to order both of them? Do I let them each like? And then, sorry, you're gonna have to wait a year and a half for the rest of them.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And then they inevitably find one selling them at a markup on eBay.
Yep.
And so it's a nightmare.
Oh,
yeah.
So
because it's
yeah.
like it's.
I remember. I mean, of course, I ordered.
It's what happened. It's why Destiny failed. It is like it's straight up why Destiny failed because they couldn't meet the demand because it was a popular game.
I thought Destiny failed because they ran out of ideas.
So
Out of nowhere, they're like, "We're done."
The penultimate set was the last set I bought, and you know me, I was bought in. I was out of card games. And look, any company out there, you get Scotty White's money, you make a good Star Wars game, you got me.
Yeah.
Decipher got me into, and then got me into everything.
Young Jedi.
I even played Young Jedi. It wasn't great, but I played
It wasn't.
I played also Jedi Knight too, which remember that one?
No.
That one was terrible. That was the CGI artwork game that Decipher made.
Nope.
Hell, I even played. WotC came out with an episode 2 game that used 6-sided dice, a lot of 6-sided dice, and it was terrible. And we were so mad. It's like Decipher lost the license to this bullshit. I mean, it was a terrible. WotC makes magic. It's a great game. They made Vampire: The Eternal Struggle, which I absolutely love. The Netrunner's fun. But man, they screwed up Star Wars. It was like terrible. Why swing and a miss on a big property?
But to circle back, I could see it working in this kind of system.
Right.
Because it's attack, like it's not even attacks and defenses. It's each one of your cards is either a foundation, which you play to then become sort of mana,
Right.
or an attack. Well, anybody can, if you have the right things, can block anything, and you have. It's not a my cards are more powerful game. It's a strategy timing card game.
Cool.
With some luck and
Right,
some
right.
power left.
Well,
in, but
what I liked about Destiny for the most part was most of Destiny was kind of that way until they made super powerful Vader and Uber Vader were just like when the last tournament I went to was I think there was 30 people and there was 24 Vader decks.
yeah.
And here I am with like because you know me I played Rebels.
Yeah.
I played actually that deck I had it was Hera and Lando. The Childish Gambino Lando because he could put chips for free, and Hera can drop chips too from your hand. So I had this crazy ass this weird just to try to get the Shadowcaster out either as free or cheap as possible so I can start because the Shadowcaster could just kill stuff.
Yeah.
Just like I'm just killing all this stuff you've got. You suck.
Right.
And so but Vader was gross.
One thing I will tell you about this, whether it comes into Star Wars or not, whether they get Star Wars property and turn it into this game or not, it has something from Decipher that I know if I recall correctly, you really enjoyed.
I like everything about it.
So, well, I told you about the foundations or whatever,
Right.
even your attacks. So I'm going to play it, and the top left corner has a 4.
Yeah.
I got a 4 to cast it. What's the top card of my deck? It's a 4.
Oh, so it has
I
Destiny-
successfly cast it.
So they have a Destiny.
It has a Destiny number.
Destiny number is cool.
Every card
God.
has a Destiny number.
God, I'm gonna cry. Decipher made the perfect Star Wars game. It's
This is good.
It's complicated enough to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was complicated enough to keep morons out of it, and I apologize to morons, but
They won't know.
they won't know. And it's mainly because of attrition. People couldn't understand attrition,
Right.
Because I've never seen a card game with it since then.
So there's you don't run out of deck
Right.
in this game. When you're done, you shuffle it.
Right.
You deal off the top 10 cards. Those get removed from game. And so it's an attrition. You can cycle your deck as many
Right.
times as long as you can still discard 10 before you keep playing.
Right.
So semi-different,
Right.
but still an attrition style.
Yeah,
game.
well, attrition and the object of Star Wars was to drain the deck anyway. Was to deck your opponent,
Right.
mill your opponent if you're using magic terms. And but attrition was like it was allowing you to clear the board out though. Like the people fighting, it was just the random like Han Maya survived the battle, but he stubs his toe and dies. It's
Right.
fucking great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. It's just like, yeah, screw it. So I love it. Anything else we missed before we wrap this up?
Not that I can
Let's
think of.
pretend it's prom night and wrap it up.
Booyah. Did you go to your prom?
I went to my junior and senior.
No, you went to both your proms?
I went to my senior. Oh, no, it was junior I went alone. Senior was not a good time.
You went alone to a prom?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
It's a lot of money to go by yourself.
It wasn't that much. In Auburn, it wasn't a whole lot.
And so, Caleb, you?
Yeah, I went my senior.
You went to your senior prom? I did not go to either one of my proms. I used my prom money and went to the beach with my girlfriend. And
Nice.
We skipped the prom part.
That's probably, yeah.
Yeah.
My junior prom was great.
Yeah.
Like going single, but I drove a bunch of friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I had a van, right? So we just all went. We did that, and then we went to.
Oh wait, no, I didn't go to the beach. I went to another friend's who had a pool.
Okay.
That's what it was. There was water.
Still a
We
good
went
time.
to the beach. Yeah, and we stayed out.
We went to
all night.
Auburn's version of Waffle House, which is called Tiger Time Diner.
Oh, nice.
It was great. Spent there. It was, and then when it's home at a reasonable time for a 16-year-old.
Right.
Like 1 a.m.
Right.
That wasn't bad. And then senior year, it was a series. It was a Lemony Snicket series of unfortunate events. Like the whole night was just not good. So just like it, and it wasn't really anybody's fault. It was just timing and
Right.
everything was bad. So
I just didn't want to spend the money to dress up, and she didn't want to either.
that's fair.
So
Yeah.
And then by the time she had a senior prom, I had moved on.
Oh,
But she's doing well. She's got 2 kids and
nice.
a husband who's a pastor,
Fair enough.
which is the opposite of what I am. This is my contribution to the cult
Just end
multiverse.
it there.
Where else can you go, really?
Right.
This is my contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours, and may the force be with you.
I knew you were going to say that.
Somebody better. I have spoken. Somebody just never going to get right. Never. I don't know why I try.
Do or do not. Come on, Scotty. It's like you're not even on the same show.